Last two. Trade.
Oh, releases trade, mama. That's trade.
Zahira's trade, mama.
Yeah, we're
Ooh,
both trade, to be
Are we
honest.
flirting? Are we
I love
flirting?
connection.
Zahira, are we?
Relisa, Zahira, it
Mhm.
is so wonderful to meet you both. I am so excited to see everything that you do this season. I mean, I watched the Meet the Queens. I've done all of that, and I've absolutely already fallen in love with both of you. And I know that we're just getting that early taste of what's to come.
Mm,
So
mm.
but I want to go back to the beginning. I would love to know from each of you, when you got that call to come and do Drag Race UK, what were you doing? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? I'm gonna
Well,
start. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
okay. Well, the first thing that I did was call a few designers. I was like, we're ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Like, all guns are blazing. Let's prepare for everything. I was like buying fabric. I was calling up this person. Let me make some wigs. It was pretty much like game on for me. I was like, game on. Let's do this. Buckle up.
Ugh, I love it. I mean, you have to. The time you have to hit the ground running. How
Yeah, for
about you, really?
sure.
How about you,
So
Relisa?
for
When
me,
the
I
call
mean,
came.
first and foremost, when the call came, I was probably like picking up a cucumber in the aisle. Like I was like, is it this one or that one? I was in the shopping center. I was like, yeah, okay, great. I was like, oh wow, okay, great. I'm on the what? It was a little bit of like disbelief because I was like, okay, yes, you did apply, bitch. So of course, if they're calling you now and they're telling you you're on it, like I had to like kind of process that. And I think there was a point for me where, and I'll be honest, for 2 weeks, I did nothing.
Oh,
I was so, no, oh, no, I don't even like, there was a level of anxiety, which I was like,
Oh,
shit, what have I done?
yeah.
Oh my God, what have I done? And I was like, whereas like, say, I think like Zahai, I think most people probably had things planned where like, if they were to, then I'll call X, Y, and Z. I was like, who do I call? Like, and then it was like a weird, like, moment of like, I'm just gonna pretend this isn't happening for a little bit until the reality hit. And then it was like, oh my God, I literally have no time. But she loves to work under pressure. Here we go, gorgeous. And she pulled that shit together, honey. Like, and it's amazing, like, now looking back, I'm like, wow, that's nearly almost a year ago. And here we
oh
are,
yeah,
baby, sitting down
fully.
with who? Rachel, giving us all of this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're on the
Oh my
BBC,
God.
baby.
Yeah,
Do
exactly. Because
math.
the last time that I was, in front of this background or whatever, like, was last year when I was filming
Mm,
my audition. So it's so
like, hi,
crazy.
my name's Relisa.
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
it is kind of like a roller coaster, right? You you
Mm,
you you get cast, you have to get ready for the
mm.
cast. You shoot the
Pew,
show, and then
pew.
there's this time where you're just kind of on hold while you're waiting. And then,
Silence. Yeah.
this week you crested that next big sort of
Mm, mm.
arc in the roller coaster where they made the announcement of who's on the cast. I guess
Yeah.
I'm curious for you, what has been the most surprising and experience that you've had, or what has surprised you most about this process as
Mm.
you've gone on this roller coaster?
I actually like didn't mind the break. I actually enjoyed myself
Oh
on
my
the
God,
break
yes.
because I was like,
Oh my God,
let
yes.
me bask in the last bit of normality before chaos and
Mm.
craziness and that gay fame ensues and starts. So when I got announced and like all I'm hearing whilst when I'm out in the streets, when I'm gigging at the premiere, and everybody's saying my name, Zahira, 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 like it was crazy. I'm like the first time it happened, like after the announcement, I was like, do I know? Like, have I met you before? No, they just know me from the show, and I'm like, this
Yeah,
is crazy, so
it's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
it's
wild.
instant fame. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. How about you,
I
Really? So what has been the most surprising so far for you?
think like I think one is like probably I guess the fandom like that. The second we were announced, I
Oh,
was like, I need to turn my phone off. Like I think it's gonna
Mm.
literally explode. Like my, zzz. I was
Oh,
like,
it
what
was
is this?
hot.
Like
My phone
it
was
was the
hot.
strange, babe. It was the strangest thing ever. And then also then I think maybe for me, like I mean, I'm from the Caribbean. Like until probably the start of this year when I went home, which was after the show. like I went home for a bit. I discovered that they actually do drag now back home. They have like a pride and all that. I was like,
Oh,
oh my God, things have changed. Like,
yeah.
and even to the point where recently, I know a couple weeks ago, they had Monet literally go down and perform there. So like, I think having never imagined or expected or thought of the possibility of, being able to one, perform back home, or even just to even be able to be at a point where I could see drag even starting back home, for me, I think like now having people sliding into my DMs or like commenting and like I can see the St. Lucian flag. I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. Like it's that I think, which weirdly enough is maybe for some won't make too much sense, but being in the context of like having left the islands, being here, knowing what that means, I'm like, shit. I get
Yeah.
to witness this, and I also get to be a part of that sort of legacy where, like, now not only just one,
Hmm.
but two St. Lucian queens are on the
Yeah.
same season. Like, baby, it's giving flavor, it's giving seasoning, and I'm like so happy to be able to like, carry the baton for that. But I think that was for me. I mean, I kind of mentally prepared for somewhat the attention and all that kind of jazz, but there's something about that connection with home and what this process is kind of like creating and doing is that I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
think
but
you're
it's
touching on
amazing.
something so important because I think we talk a lot
Mm,
about, you know, representation matters. It's really
mm,
important. But you are both now part of a legacy of something where you're going to be able to,
mm.
you can see how it opened doors for you and how you're going to be
Yeah,
opening doors for other people. And that's
for others.
incredible.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Zahira, one thing 2024 is not going to do is beat the year of Asian excellence allegations.
Yes.
And you are a part of that. This season, there are not one, but two fierce Filipinas
Mm,
on. What does it mean to you to get to see that kind of representation, not just on Drag Race, but on Drag Race UK?
Oh, it's so
yes.
important. On the regular UK franchise of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, we've never had a Filipino queen, let alone two. I
Mm,
think that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get on the show is to show people that we are here and we're sickening and we're fierce. But what's amazing to me is that this show is so much bigger than myself that me
mm,
just being on the show, being myself and being visible as a Filipino queer drag queen is going to do so, so much for all these young kids that are going to, come across the show and maybe take inspiration from someone like me or Saki, Kiki, Relisa. It's so important, and
Mhm.
I can't wait to see it. We will be
mm.
mothering. The mothers will mother.
I love it. I love it. Ah, it's so
So,
amazing. And I think it is so important. So, and I think it will actually really impact people's lives. It's
mm,
drag, but that's what drag is. It's entertainment
yeah,
Yeah, because
and
yeah,
it
politics.
impacted me.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Ex
impacted me growing up,
Mm,
yeah.
seeing someone like Manila and Ongina on the earlier seasons, like Jiggly Caliente, these
Yes.
mm.
Filipino queens who have come before me, and there'll be Filipino queens who come after me. And I'm excited to see
Period.
that.
Love it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's so powerful. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we're going to transition into something a little sillier, even though I feel like that is
Okay.
so powerful. So Relisa, I
Mm-hmm.
of course creeped on the Instagram, and what I saw is that you are a triple threat. You can dance, the looks are flawless, and you can sing like incredibly. So the question is, who's going to
Let
drop
me
the
sing,
album
girl.
first? You or Rihanna?
Well, here we go. I'm like, baby, if the fans are hungry, Navy, I mean, I might be the AliExpress version of what you ordered, but honey, I'm gonna give you something, girl. Is it wish? Is it what? Is it your wish? Okay, thank you. Our night, she's coming through. In process, gorgeous. Here we go. It's crazy, y'all. It's
If Rihanna's
crazy.
not gonna release it, Relisa will release it.
I'll release it, honey.
Exactly.
The
Yes.
unreleased tracks by
Yeah.
Release Slaves,
Relisa
honey.
the album.
Release of the album. I like that. I'm gonna take that little tagline. Okay, thank
Take it.
you.
It's all
Mm,
yours. Okay,
copyright.
let's end on again kind of a sillier note. I want to do a quick lightning
Mm,
round. I'm gonna say a
okay.
word
Oof.
and you tell me which of your season 16 queens fits this description. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, who's the first queen that comes to mind when I say funniest?
Do you know what? Chanel for me. I think she just comes out with the best one-liners.
Really? Do what's weird? I'm gonna say marmalade.
Oh,
But as in
Marmalade.
like, not that she's necessarily the funniest, but it's funny to watch her be funny. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
She's
right,
in her
shade
fantasy. Okay.
shadiest.
Marmalade. Marmalade, because her shade is so funny and it's so clever.
Yeah.
It kind of takes you off guard. I'm like, but it's like so hilarious.
I would say Dita.
Ah!
Dita is
Okay.
shady. Like y'all looking like it's like the cute. It's like you don't even see. Like I'm like, did she? Okay, it's
That
subtle. It's
one
like
takes you
little.
off guard. That one takes
It's
you
like
off guard.
small little daggers. You're like, what's that? Okay,
Uh-huh.
cute. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, sweetest.
Sweet charity.
Charity. Charity.
Yeah.
Aw.
Charity.
Yeah.
Just the sweetest.
Like,
Like,
oh.
I just want to like squeeze you into like a
Mm. You
just
know, you
like
like have that aggressive love. Is that what they call it? When you're like, oh, I just
Cuteness
want to squeeze you.
aggression.
She's that one. Yeah,
yeah,
cuteness
like you want
aggression.
to you know when you want to bite your pet like because they're so
Oh,
cute and so adorable.
excuse me.
No.
Why you want to yum your
Maybe not
pet?
bite the no
Oh,
eating pet.
okay. Okay, girl. Oh, ah,
Oh no.
We've done so
you
many
better work.
interviews. Oh
You better
girl.
work.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna cut that one out.
Delusional.
Delusional.
Yes.
Delusional. Maybe Chanel. Maybe Chanel.
Go ahead,
Um,
Releasa.
and a
Release the name.
Delulu.
Oh,
Release of
she
the
gonna
name.
say me. She gonna say me.
I was like, the lipstick before me. I love you, my sister. Zahirah. The girl's in a fantasy, and I love it. She is
Yeah,
in
you
her
know what? The
fantasy.
fantasy is real.
Okay.
Zalulu Kafufu. I love it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Last two. Trade.
Oh, releases trade, mama. That's trade.
Zahira's trade, mama.
Yeah, we're
Ooh.
both trade, to be
Are we
honest.
flirting? Are we
A love
flirting?
connection.
Zahira, are we?
I'll
Us
give you a
together
little
Ideal
are flirting.
woman.
massage.
You can
We
join
love
in,
a
Rachel. It's all
showmance.
good. Here we go. Thank you.
Last one.
Yeah.
Mother.
Mother. Levoir.
Mm.
Levoir.
Yeah.
Like like little
Mm.
tidbits of guidance and wisdom. You know, you want
Yeah.
to take them in because she's never coming from a place of, oh, she's trying to get you, or like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's a competition. She's trying to
Mm.
do. No, Lavoie's just real, and the wisdom that she actually has, like, I
Yeah.
love listening to her and taking those little nuggets. I'm like, this girl, this woman has been in the industry for such a long time. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna listen to anyone and take any advice, it's from her.
Yeah. She's really like been around the world and yeah. I'm like, okay, boo. She's done everything. She's been there, done that. She's been on TV, done that. So like it's kind of there's a level of experience there, which like what I also love is like it's a competition, but also it's like, and I love that it's like she doesn't feel threatened to be able to be like, hey boo, maybe cat. Okay, cute, let me do my thing. You know what I mean? And I respect that. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's a testament to, the mothering. Nothing to do with her age whatsoever.
Of course.
Period.
Never
Of
that.
course.
Thank you.
Never. I mean,
Thank you so much for taking the time and being so generous with your time today. This has been so much fun. I
pleasure.
cannot wait to see what happens next.